went on a little date tonight with that dude from the dating app.
Is that right? Ain't nobody worried about those dudes.
Yeah, maybe you should be.
Next Wednesday.
Shouldn't have torn up that check that Zach gave you.
Can you stop?
The drama heats up.
Fatima, what was that?
Was that a gunshot?
And the sparks fly.
Oh, crazy. How do you know I'm special?
I know special when I see you. I don't want this night to end.
Cheers to a slow burning fire.
I'll cook at my place and y'all come over for dinner.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new episode next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Missniecytv, and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 6, Episode 14. The trailer starts off with Hayden telling Gary that Andy's going on a date with somebody from the dating site. And I'm like, Hayden, how do you know that she's going on a date with somebody from the dating site? Are you connected to somebody that owns a dating site too? Because why are you all up in Andy's business? She has nothing to do with you. Gary's response to that tells us everything we need to know. Gary, you still care about Andy, and you're very worried. Because why would you say you're not worried about those dudes? Clearly. Gary, you're definitely worried, because why were you even in Andy's office trying to scare her away from the dating website if you're not worried about the dudes that she's going out on a date? You're just mad that she might find somebody better than you from the dating website and never come back to you. And she won't be controlled by you anymore. You can't handle the thought of that. The thought of her leaving you and finding somebody better than you makes you sick. So I don't even know why you're trying to sit there and play like you're not worried. Then we see Pam at home and she's in her bed and she's talking to somebody. And it looks to be Karen because she says, well, you shouldn't have ripped up the check from Zach. And it looks like they're talking about salon repairs because Karen then says, Pam, can you stop? Karen, even though you don't want anything from Zach right now, that was the dumbest decision you could have made, was to rip up that check. Even though you're trying to stand on business and pretend like you don't want the check from him. Clearly you wanted the money from him, because when Andy or Aaron offered it to you, you said no, and you only wanted it from Zach. Now that he gave it to you, you ripped it up. Make that make sense. Over at Heather's house, we see Zach still beating the brakes off of Heather's boyfriend Bones, the one that was abusing Michael. But it looks like one thing Fatima gonna do is she gonna call Madam, and Madam definitely sent somebody over there to help Zach beat up Bones. And they're beating the brakes off of this man, which I'm glad to see, because Zach is not only defending his son, but he's defending the child version of himself, the one that wasn't able to fight back against his mother's abuse. Another thing that Fatima gonna do is she gonna make sure that her man's protected at any cost and at any time. We see Fatima outside talking to Zach, and Zach is holding Michael in his arms. And Zach is like, what was that? And Fatima's looking like, I did what I had to do. Fatima's also looking like, you told me I couldn't fight. You didn't tell me that I couldn't bring nobody else to fight. And that's exactly what Fatima. Then we see the noisy neighbor coming up to Fatima, and she's like, what was that? Was that a gunshot? And I'm guessing that Fatima let off a gunshot so that Zach and the other guy could stop fighting, so that they could get out of there before the police comes. Over at Billy Jake's, I guess the date is over, and Andy, Sabrina, and Danny are outside talking to Jordan, Rich, and Tony. And they're having a good time, just talking it up, and they don't want their time together to end. We see Jordan and Andy having a good time because Andy is smiling from ear to ear. And then we see Jordan putting a flower in Andy's hair. I'm like, oh, they're really cute for each other. I wonder what they would look like together as a couple. I wonder what Gary would have to say about that too. It looks like Rich has taken a liking to Sabrina, and Sabrina has taken a liking to him, because they're outside having their own private conversation. And I guess they're talking about something, and Sabrina's like, what makes me so special? And Richard's like, I know special when I see it. Could this be the end of Calvin and Sabrina? And could this be the start of something new for Sabrina? I wonder how this will all play out, and will Calvin take the news well of her talking to somebody else? Because he know that he didn't when it came to buy. Then we see Jordan telling Andy that he doesn't want their date to end. And I'm like, oh, they must really had a good time. Then Andy says, me either. Cheers to a slow burning fire. I can't wait to see how Jordan and Andy's story develops. And I know Gary will be so hurt about the news. Then as the girls are leaving out, Jordan invites the girls over to his place, telling them to come over and he's gonna cook for them. And the girls agree. I'm like, you just met him, you don't even know him. And I wonder how Preston's gonna feel about Danny going out with some guy that she just met and they're supposed to be in a relationship. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye!